Going on, DTO family? I'm glad you can make it to today's video. In today's video, I want to talk about the key things that's holding you back from achieving success. All right, the first thing I want to truly talk about that was holding me back from success, and that's holding a lot of people I see today back from success, is substance abuse. If you're going ahead and drowning your sorrows in brown liquor, if you're going ahead and just drinking, or you're going ahead and you just smoking, at the end of the day, you have to realize that the stuff that you put into your body is actually doing more to your mental. If I'm going ahead and becoming codependent on a goddamn, if I'm smoking it a lot and I'm going ahead, I'll be back. The number one thing that I see in a lot of people is substance abuse. A lot of people decide that they want to drown themselves in brown liquor, or they want to go ahead and smoke. They think that smoking is helping them cope, or they feel as though drinking is helping them cope. You see, at the end of the day, your body is a temple. When you ruin this temple, you ruin more than just the body. You're ruining your mind, you're ruining your habits. Okay, if I smoke every day, I'm smoking every day. Smoking is gonna be the first thing on my mind. If I'm drinking every day, then drinking is gonna be the first thing on my mind. At the end of the day, if your dream is not the first thing on your mind, then you already got things messed up. If going ahead and getting out of your situation is not the first thing on your mind, but getting your first smoke or getting your next smoke is the first thing on your mind, then you got things backwards. If you're not using smoking as maybe to say a reward, which is not even just a bad way to put it, but if you truly cannot go on with saying that you want to go ahead and say you want to stop smoking, you want to stop drinking, then go ahead and say, okay, before I have a drink, I'm gonna go ahead and accomplish this, or I'm gonna go ahead and do this before I go ahead and I smoke. At the end of the day, I treat this life like a video game. I want to say, before I go ahead and watch a TV show, I say I have to go ahead and at least read this amount of pages, or I have to go ahead and do this amount of push-ups, or I have to go ahead and do this before I touch my phone, or I want to say these words, or I want to read this sticky note on the wall before it is I'll pick up my camera, or before I pick up my phone and call my girl, or text my girl, or text anybody good morning. I want to go ahead and put myself first and put the things that I know that can help manifest my dream and help me get to the next level and get out my situation first before it is I do anything else. So if you're going ahead and drowning yourself in brown sorrows or going ahead and smoking your life away, I want to tell you that that's truly doing something to your brain. That's doing something to your habits. You're becoming a lazier person. You might not notice it, but you truly are becoming a lazier person. I see a lot of people in my life that go ahead and smoke, and they say smoking doesn't make me lazy, or drinking doesn't make me lazy, or this stuff is not affecting my mood. This stuff is not changing me, but it truly is changing you. And you're not going to be able to see how it's changing you simply because you're the person doing it. If I'm smoking every day, I'm not going to see my habits start to change because I'm coping with it, because I'm feeling like my habits should change or my priorities should change so I can go ahead and get this smoke. You're becoming dependent on something that you truly do not need. At the end of the day, I feel like if you're a person in this world and you ever become dependent on anything, then once that thing is taken away from you, you will fall off. I'll go ahead and tell myself, if I become so dependent on my clothing brand, then what if something truly terrible happens, or if I don't get enough sales in a month, or if something like this happens, what is the next plan? You see, I always tell people to stick to the first plan, which is plan A. Of course, I want you to go ahead and make sure that plan succeeds. But at the end of the day, you truly do need to be like, okay, now, if this doesn't work out, what's another way for me to go ahead and have a source of income? You can have it in the back of your mind. You can have it just up in the air. But at the end of the day, if this plan is not working out, I truly tell you to stick with it. I tell you to go ahead and keep chasing after it. But I tell you, okay, you give it a year, you give it 2 years, you give it 3 years. Maybe you go ahead and you give it 5 years. But maybe if you take a different approach and it still doesn't happen, then maybe you're in the wrong person's lane. Maybe you're trying to compete with somebody, because at the end of the day, the only time that I found out my craft wasn't working was when I was in somebody else's lane. When I was trying to do what the next person was trying to do. When I was trying to act tough like everybody else. When I was trying to do this like everybody else. That's when my true passion, when I wasn't focusing on my true passion, then that's when it wasn't working out. So maybe that thing that you're thinking of right now is not your true passion. Work on something else. Go ahead and think to yourself, what is the core of your being? Is creation, or it could be inspiration, or it could be anything. What it is that you truly love to do, and make it a broad term and just start exploring with it. Explore with different ideas into it until you truly find what it is you love. That's what I would say, because I was just about to say choose a plan A and choose a plan B like always and just go with plan A. But at the end of the day, we need different motivation, and I need different sayings. You guys need different things that's going to help you reach the next level faster, and so do I. But okay, like I was truly telling you about substance abuse, you need to go ahead and try your best to either put it down or make yourself work for it. Work for that next smoke. Make a video, record a video, and then smoke. Or maybe you can go ahead and find a way to incorporate that into your content, so you're still truly doing something proactive and helping yourself get to the next level, while smoking. At the end of the day, go ahead and figure out to make a way for it to work for you. The second thing that I want to go ahead and tell you is that validation is truly holding a lot of us back. It's holding my generation back, I feel like, because a lot of people want to go ahead and feel validated. They want to be like, okay, we're going to support you 100% on anything that you try and do. We got your back. So they never truly take their next step, because they be like, okay, if you don't think this is a good idea, if they don't go ahead and consult with everybody around them, they feel as though it's a bad idea. When guess what? It just might not be for those people in that few circle. They might talk to 3 people and they might say no. Guess what? It's 1 billion people in this world. It's 8 billion people in this world. So if you go ahead and you only talk to 3 people out those 8 billion people, then guess what? Your dream is never going to take off, because if you don't bring it to a wider audience, which is the internet, then your dream might never take off. If you only go ahead and consult those 3 people, if you don't ever go ahead and decide that maybe those 3 people shouldn't even be consulted with, if you don't ever decide that, hey, maybe I should just take a chance on myself instead of asking everybody in this world. Because I tell you, when I decided I was going to take a chance on myself, I started to see a lot of things change. I ran into maybe some fake friends. I just wanted better for myself. When you go ahead and decide that you want better for yourself, you start to see the world in a different light. And I started to see the world in a different light. I started to see people that I thought was for me at a certain time truly wasn't for me. I started to see people that was acting weird, that were my true best friends, but they weren't truly my friends because of how they were acting. I started to see the life and the world and just my friends and my environment in general in a different perspective by going ahead and saying, I want to achieve something in this world. So tell yourself you want to achieve something and start peeping the signs. Because I tell you, and I'll tell you again, them signs are there. The fake friends are there. The people who can be cut off for you to achieve greatness are there. The things that you can do differently to achieve greatness are there. You just have to go ahead and start trying more. At the end of the day, it might not even be that you're not trying hard enough. It might just be that you're going ahead and believing that you need to go ahead and do everything like everybody else. When I say doing everything like everybody else, I'm saying you're not being true to yourself. I'm saying that maybe you like to read books when you were a child, or going ahead and saying maybe you like to draw when you were a child, but a lot of people in this world told you that you couldn't draw, or told you that books were stupid, and you decided that you weren't going to do it anymore, that you wouldn't read anymore, that you wouldn't create your art anymore. Maybe the people in this world, they dropped your faith in yourself. So you need to go ahead and you need to rebuild your faith in yourself. And the only way for you to go ahead and build your faith back up in yourself and remain true to yourself is for you to go ahead and cling to your passion. If you cling to your passion that you had when you were a child, you can go ahead and achieve something in this life. If you cling to that passion of maybe just going ahead and becoming, maybe you want to be the president, maybe you want to go ahead and do anything in this world. If you cling to an ideal that's similar to it, then you will find happiness. If you cling to an ideal that might be that exact dream, then you might find happiness. At the end of the day, the journey and the dream is for you to go ahead and find happiness in this world. Is for you to go ahead and maybe uplift your people. I don't know why you're doing this, but if you know why you're doing this, then that's going to help you also find your passion. That's going to help you also maybe cut off the drugs. Maybe go ahead and stop using the substances that you're using. Maybe go ahead, if you just depend on the dream and say, this is my dream, this is nobody else's dream, that you don't go ahead and you don't ask those 3 people, or you don't ask them billion of people, or maybe the million of people. At the end of the day, just stop asking people what it is you should do next and just go out there and try. Because the best thing that you can truly do is to get off your butt and just go try. It's the best thing that you can do, because when you dive in the water, that's where you figure out what works and what doesn't work. When I dove in the content creation journey, I figured out that people didn't want to see me always going ahead and wearing my new shoes. They didn't want to see me always going ahead and just dancing around and talking and being funny all day. They wanted to know what I had to offer, and I went ahead and told them that I got motivation to offer. I went ahead and told them that I got some game to offer. I went ahead and told them that I can help you build your mindset if you just go ahead and you listen to me for at least 10 minutes a day. Or if you go ahead and you listen to me whenever it is you have some free time. Find what it is you have to offer and bring it into the world. This is the success mindset. This is the things that's holding you back. What's truly holding you back is that you feel strongly about what it is others think about you. Everybody in this world is human. We all have that feeling. We're all human. So we all do care about what it is others think. I won't say I don't care truly about what others think, but when it's something that can get me out of my situation, when it's something that can get me from being at the bottom, from having no home, from having $0 in my pocket, I won't care what everybody else has to think, because it's something that can uplift myself. It's something that can start me off. And when you go ahead and you think that way, that this business could be your next gateway to some new doors, or your next gateway to getting famous, or your next gateway to making millions, or your next gateway to getting out of your situation. I don't know what you're going through, but whatever it is you're going through, all you have to do is find a door. And the only way to find the door is to keep moving forward. And if you keep moving forward, I promise you're going to run into that door. And when you run into that door and you run into that new connection, you need to ride it. You need to ride your wave. And the only way to ride a wave is for you to go ahead and build that wave. You will not be given a handout in this world. So stop looking for validation. Stop going ahead and being lazy with them substances. Stop going ahead and being unproductive. Stop going ahead and stop being true to yourself. Go ahead and decide that you want to be true to yourself, because guess what? When you decide that you're going to finally be true to yourself, that's when everything clears up. You get the girls that you actually need in your life. You get the support that you actually need in your life. You get the people who actually love you in your life, the people who you actually can trust in your life. At the end of the day, you could say you love a person, but do you truly trust that person that you love so much? The only way I feel as though for you to truly have love for a person is for you to know that they love you back. That's when it's truly there. That's when the truth is there. That's when everything, the trust is there, everything. At the end of the day, you need to love who loves you. You need to go ahead and get money with the people who want to get money with you. And you just need to support. Actually, I'll go ahead and say just support everybody, even the people who don't support you. I say that just simply because it's like, you need to stay true to yourself. And the true you would not go ahead and say, I'm not going to support him just because he didn't want to support this. At the end of the day, I support everybody. And the only reason I support everybody is because I remember a time where I wish everybody would have supported me. So I stay true to myself. I stay true to the old me by just going ahead and supporting everybody, simply because I remember a time where I wanted everybody to support myself. So I stay true to myself in that way. And I want y'all to figure out what is a way for you to go ahead and stay true to yourself. Go ahead and figure out a way for you to go ahead and achieve your passion. At the end of the day, no one is going to do it for you. No one cares if you get those millions. No one cares if you make it out the hood. No one cares if you go ahead and you break free of your environment. The only person who cares about that is you. I'm sorry to tell you, it's a brutal truth, but the only person who cares about uplifting yourself and helping you get to the next level will be you. And the only one who can do it is you. The only one who can go ahead and help me achieve millions today. The only one who can go ahead and help me find the girl of my dreams. The only one who can go ahead and help me make some money so my food don't touch my back is me, is you. The only one who can look out for you in this world is you. So don't go ahead and go to those 3 people asking them, will this take off? Go ahead and just bring it to yourself. Meditate on it. Think about it and say, this is the path I want to travel down, and travel down it. You're going to hit some hard roads. You're going to hit some bumps. I remember a time where I had another clothing brand. I was like, I'm trying this clothing brand called God's Child, but I don't see it working for myself. And actually, it's like, I know my feelings is there for this brand, and I know my feelings is there for this story behind the brand, but I feel as though it doesn't fit me. So I went ahead and I created a whole new clothing brand, and it started to take off more. At the end of the day, do what's best for you. Stop worrying about other people. Stop worrying about other people. Do what's best for you and go ahead and get there. And if it doesn't work, then go ahead and revise your strategy. To still stick with the same plan, but revise your strategy. Change it up a little bit. That's what I had to do. I had to change my life up a little bit for me to go ahead and achieve this mindset that I have today. The last thing I want to truly tell y'all about is comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. So right off the bat, the only way for you to truly become successful is for you to stop comparing yourself. I decided that I was going to stop comparing myself when I was, I'm not going to lie, it took me until, it's still taking me hard. It's still, I wouldn't even say I'm done comparing myself. I do see a lot of people in his life and be like, okay, he's 19, driving on fast cars. I should be just like him. I do say that to myself, but then I have to remind myself that not everybody has the same amount of story. Not everybody comes from the same background. Not everybody has the same life. When I'm telling you that, I'm telling you that you need to stick in your own lane. Because guess what? He might go ahead and become a millionaire at this age, but does he know how to keep his money? Yeah, he might not know how to keep his money. He might not know how to finance it. He might not know what to do with it. Not to go ahead and spell on his downfall, but at the end of the day, you need to worry about yourself. Do you know how to keep your own money flowing? Do you know how to keep your own money circulating? When you go ahead and you get rich, do you know how to stay rich? That's what we're trying to focus on. We're trying to focus on getting to the top and staying at the top and not coming back down to square one. When you truly make it out, you don't want to ever have to come back. The goal is to make it out the hood. The goal is not to always stay in the hood every single day. So a lot of people say, I'm going to make it out the hood. I'm going to go ahead and try my hardest and still not try their hardest. They go ahead and they still smoke weed every day. They go ahead, they still drink every day. They won't change up their routine simply because they feel as though somebody else going to do it for them. Or they feel as though, okay, that dream is too far away for me to achieve. And if you're one of those people, I got a message for you. My message is that no one is going to come save you but you. No one can make you stop drinking but you. No one can show you the light but you. If you imagine a life for your kids that's better, the only one who can go ahead and achieve that life is you. The only one who can strive for that life is you. So if you don't try, you will not get there. So that's what's holding you back from achieving a success mindset. Those are the few things that I feel like a lot of people in this world are truly stuck on. Why it is I go ahead and I come back in my videos and talk about validation, simply because people won't start unless they feel validated. And that's not what it is you should be done in this world. I appreciate you for sticking with me, DTO family. Check me out in the next video.
To make the unknown known.
Start trying to have people look into your life. Start trying to have people look into what music you make. Start trying to have people look into what clothing you making. Start trying to have people look into that new designer designer brand that you just had come out. Like, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to us being those people who whatever happened to us having dreams, man?